just wanted to see if there was a
Oh,
specific way
got
to
it.
share it, a
Yep.
live happening in action.
In action.
Once it goes live, yes.
Once it goes live, yes.
And it is happening right now.
And Greg is going live. Set it up.
So this is the one that goes live.
No, once it goes live.
Okay, people. Welcome to Tell Above and Beyond. Please applaud. Thank you. Give us some enthusiasm. Come on, you can do it. All right. My name is Greg Newton. I'm the co-founder of the Bureau of General Services Queer Division, along with my lovely partner, Donnie Jokum.
All right.
And Tell is a monthly storytelling event that we have been hosting since 2014. Many years. And the Bureau itself has existed since 2012. And we have been here at the center since 2014. So that's a little bit of history. The Bureau is an all-volunteer, independent queer bookstore. Tonight we have Delaney as our lovely volunteer at the register. Give it up. And I'm gonna pass it back for donations that we will split between the Bureau and the storytellers tonight. So please give generously. And anyone watching online, if you'd like to donate, you can do that on Venmo at BGSQD. Thank you very much. So we pass that around. So the Bureau has regular business hours, Wednesdays through Sundays from 1 to 7 p.m. And then we stay open later for events such as this. And if you're not already on the email list, you can sign up for that at the back of the room by the register, or for those of you watching online, on our website, bgsqd.com. Let's see, what else? I will just read a land acknowledgement, or not read it since I've memorized our land acknowledgement. I will read from the space. The Bureau acknowledges that our organization operates on the unceded land of the Munsee Lenape. We strongly encourage you to join the Bureau in signing up to make a monthly donation to the American Indian Community House, which was founded in 1969 and is located right here in Manhattan. So donating to the American Indian Community House is one way for settlers and non-native people to acknowledge the legacy of theft and genocide that comprise the history of New York City and the United States. And you can find out more at aich.org. The Bureau also recognizes Palestinian liberation as a fundamental part of our collective queer liberation, and we strongly encourage you. We do a lot of strongly encouraging here, very coercive institution. We strongly encourage you to take one of our free zines at the back of the room about why we feel it is so important for queer people, especially, to speak out in solidarity with Palestinians. So please take one of those on your way out and share them with the world. And that is it from me. Please put your hands together for the one, the only, Dre Campbell, host of Tell.
That's, did anyone, how's everybody doing? Hi. Hello. I understand that we have one viewer out there. Hello, single viewer. Call your friends, send them the link. Come on, let's get involved here. We need some queers for the holidays. Queers for the holiday queer. Woo! Hello, my name is Dre. Pronouns she, they, that's right, rhyming here for the holidays. So this is my queer storytelling show, doing it monthly for 11 years. Whee! Yes, that's right. Actually, in February, it'll be 12 years. Wow, 12 years, very exciting. 12 years of queer people telling queer stories on different themes. So we do a different theme every month. This month, the theme is above and beyond. above and beyond. Does anybody have a short story who's not slated to perform tonight? Anybody here in the audience have a short story on that theme, like 5 minutes or less, on the theme of above and beyond? Anyone? It's okay. You know, we're just keeping it cute here. We're all in this love together. We're in this love together. I guess this could qualify as above and beyond. So the only requirement I ask is that you're a queer person and that you tell a true story from your life. So if anybody out there, one person, wants to come to the show, just reach out to me. Anyway, so recently I've been having some health issues, but I'm okay, just gonna tell you right now. But it's been like a journey. It's sort of an ongoing journey. I'm having blood pressure stuff. I've been having these little like sort of lightheaded episodes. So it's been a lot of troubleshooting. I had to go and get a angiogram where they inject dye into your veins. I don't know. Oh, I wish I knew. It was like pink and blue.
Did you get to choose?
I imagine.
I want
No.
glitter.
Give me the glitter. I'll pull like a Shirley MacLaine from Terms of Endearment. Give her the blue or the pink. I don't know. Anyway, so it's been a lot of upsy downsies with that, with the health stuff, and this is how you know I'm becoming a queer elder. As of recently, I'm now taking blood pressure medication. Hey, yes, let's give it up for blood pressure medication. Take your meds, everybody. And statins. Anyone know what a statin is? If you know what a statin is, then you are in a special... Hey, oh, statins. Statins are not Staten Island. They are for lowering your cholesterol, so, you know. So I'm taking I have them in my pocket. You're probably gonna hear an alarm go off when I have to take your meds, take my meds. And one of the meds suggested to me in the midst of all this, because it's been very difficult. It's been hard because it's like you don't know exactly what's going on. Things are happening, you're trying to figure it out. And so one of the things that was suggested, and that I was like, maybe I should get this just in case, is antidepressants, because I haven't not taken them before. So I was like, let me get some antidepressants and have them like sitting in the bullpen ready to go to bat just in case I decide to take them. So I got a prescription. I have not started them yet. I may, a low dose sertraline. That's, I think, Zoloft. Anyone? You don't have to disclose, but okay, yeah, assistant hand. Yeah, all right, good, yes. Yes, let's all be together. Take your meds, take care of yourself. Keep your head happy and some other things too. Anyway, so I have the sertraline ready to go, right? So I have all of these medications, right, so that I'm carrying around, I have them in a backpack, like in a Ziploc. And okay, so now that you know all of that information, I'm gonna tell you, I just got back from a little tour of a show that I was doing, a play called The Nosebleed. Yes, very exciting. Beautiful play that I love doing, that I've worked on for many years. We did it at Lincoln Center, and then we just did a tour where we went to Seattle and then Tokyo, which was amazing. So I'm carrying around my medication everywhere I go on this tour. The medication went on tour with me. And one day, on one of my days off in Tokyo, me and my friend from the show went to a little town called Kamakura. It's a little town. It's a little surf town about 2 hours away from Tokyo. You can basically take the subway there. Beautiful. It's got Buddhist, what do you call those? Shrine. That's right. Like a giant Buddha head, and beautiful beach with people surfing, and like beautiful view. Just a really nice vibe, kind of outside of Tokyo, because Tokyo's like can be a bit overwhelming. It's like Times Square everywhere you turn. Like, there's Times Square, there's Times Square, you get a Times Square, you get a Times Square. Even though it's amazing. So I'm at this little beach. Me and my friend were hanging out. I've got my backpack and I've got my bag of medication. And the way I've like organized my medication is like got like my 3 medications that I take. And this is the most ridiculous story. It's the story of my meds.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Take your medication. So I have them all in a Ziploc of like, because those are the 3 that I take together. And then separately I have the antidepressant just at the ready in like a crumpled up like white pharmacy bag. So I know that's a separate bottle of medication that I shouldn't take unless, you know, it's very intentional and I decide to start taking it. But I'm carrying it around with me, but it's separated, sort of. So anyway, I'm at the beach. It's a nice day, it's windy. It's not like a layout hot type day. It's like oh, let's go look at the beautiful water and like take our shoes off and put our feet in the water. And, you know, we're hanging out, me and my friend, and we're like looking around in the sand. He's finding some beach glass, and there's like a cement wall, like a slab that you can just sort of sit on in the middle of the beach. And there's like, you know how when there's like the ocean shore and then there's like little inlets of water that almost like a pond? So that was the landscape. And there's birds around. And I noticed in Japan, at least where the parts I was in, a lot of crows, a lot of big, smart crows in Japan, and loud. So we're walking around, we're hanging out, we're by this wall, and this crow, it just like lands on the little inlet of water, like a pond, and just starts screaming. It's like, ah! 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 And I'm like, dang, like it was going on for so long that I'm like, what's her problem? What's going on? Is she telling the others? Like, what is she doing? She was like 10 or 15 feet from us. And then I'm just like, okay, whatever. The crow's, she's getting her life, whatever. She's doing whatever she has to do. Screaming, maybe she sees a fish. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, are we in her way? Like, what's going on? So anyway, that's happening. Then I just sort of walk away, leave my backpack on the wall. And I turn around, looking, put my feet, oh, beach glass, oh, water. Turn around. That crow goes into my bag, grabs the Zoloft bag and tried to fly away with it. I had to run back and get my Zoloft from the crow. So now we call it Crowloft. And she went above and beyond. Yay, thank you. That's my little... That really happened. Can you imagine? And I have a video of the crow right before, not like right before, but like, if anybody, I'll show you later if you're interested. Oh, Japan was amazing though, that being said. And you know, the crows need antidepressants there, you know. She knew what she wanted, she knew what she was doing. I was like, what kind of sign is this? Like, is she trying to tell me I should start the meds? Does she need the meds? Are they not as good? I don't know what was happening, but something was happening with that crow loft. Okay, is our first story, are you ready? You're ready.
I'm now like accepting my fate.
Yes, and so are we. We're so excited to have you. I'm gonna read a little bit to introduce you. Are you all ready for our first storyteller? Woo! First of all, I have to find your thing so I can read a little bit about you. Hold on a second.
The cake is so cute.
Oh yeah, look at that. Who likes my donut? It's like a melted donut. It's like my Homer Simpson type nod to Homer. Oh, I just got a text that someone's watching. I love you! Thank you! Okay, let's see. What? Well, bear with me, okay? Thank you for your patience, everyone. Okay, all right. Our next storyteller, Angie Salazar, is a Queens-based stage manager, archivist, and artist. She's worked at a range of community theater, regional workshops, tour, and off-Broadway, Soho Rep, The Bushwick Star, Breaking the Binary,
Hey.
National Queer Theater, Broadway Cares, and Denver Center of the Performing Arts. Usually does traditional art, but as of this year, they have been exploring writing. They've been published in Malflora Collective magazine, dedicated project to lives and legacies of Latin lesbians. They currently run a photo project of archive carabiner culture of the now, which you can find on Instagram at the Carabiner Project. Very exciting. Everybody, please give it up for Angie Salazar!
You want that of the school for your? Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I put it like in big, bold,
great.
because I'm like, will I be able to?
We're a very kind, forgiving audience. Enjoy.
Yay!
Yay!
Hi, This here, I think this works. I don't know. Playing up the seat of my pants. Okay. I don't know what to do. I'll just take this off. Why not? I like holding a mic. It's fun. So FYI, actually no, I'll read it and then we'll have fun. We'll learn the story along. So being a child of immigrants, there's always an expectation to do more than what your parents could have ever done. That's why they came to this country in the first place, to have like a safe and better future for their future generations and so forth, which is like a halfway true point, I personally believe, because things are like slightly better than they are than Colombia. My parents grew up very poor, so there's like this life turnaround that happened for them, like rags to riches in a way. However, we all know what America is now, and its history, because like either you are slipping on the ice on the sidewalk or you're taken by them now, so tomato. And I strived to be the best daughter I could be, given that I was the only one in my family. I'm one out of 4, so 3 brothers along with that. That's so much fun masculinity that I did not fully go through at all whatsoever. So also with a dash of the immigrant Latino Christian guilt, make some lovely little sauce. An expectation has always been made, but never really blatantly said. It was like a shadow of passive aggressive words that I thought were encouraging, that they thought were encouraging. I felt that I had to be what was expected of me and more so. Don't cause any trouble for my parents, like my older brothers are doing. Instead, I became the communicator between them and the family therapist at like 8 years old. Help my older brother understand where my parents are coming from. Help down his anger. My mom's in pain over some stuff and like verbal fights and her own trauma. Let me help her out and comfort her in a way. Let me help. Basically, my little brother is like partly a little bit of my own child, just because I helped him through his own anxiety when I was barely coping through mine. So having ready to like sacrifice anything for my family, like having to help my mom with each move that we did. We moved like 4 times to 3 different states. Just me, my mom, and the little brother, and the dog. I was taught I should do anything for family. That was only the connection that was important to my father. That you don't go back, they won't go back on you like regular people do. We all know that's a lie. I was all ready to give an arm because sacrifices are what you do. I could always do more. I was always the good daughter. In part, I didn't realize that getting older, I was always trying to do more so that my secrets could stay hidden, to always keep doing more and doing better, but having my own shadows to keep to myself that kept me that comfort. Example was like having queer friends, but telling my parents I would be saving their salvation, when in reality they were saving mine. Theater wasn't the goal career that my dad wanted, but did I make it fucking work? Yes. I was the first one in my family to complete a higher education and to gain a degree. They were expecting me to like stay in town for college, and I did community college for a while. But instead, I really wanted to strive more, and I applied to like a big high-name school and got in, woo. But part of it was also because I met a professor who encouraged me and kind of fostered me more. And I also believe Internally, I knew I had to leave home because if I didn't, I never would, because I would keep going and going and going for them, even if it killed me in the end. So you could say going above and beyond is a natural thing for me. Always striving to do more, be better, give more, help more. Can you always do more right? And if I do more, then I will be less of an issue. Sometimes something to be proud of, and my parents, at least one of them says she's proud of me always. However, that never really landed in my brain. Compliments never really planted for me, but I took them as guidance. I need other folks' approval before my own. Do I have good instincts, intuition? Yes. Does my brain trust me? No. And being a stage manager doesn't help either. Solving problems before they even appear, being a compass in a disaster, information holder, communication piece, ready to run around and making it easier for the artists around me, even putting still in the facade that, yeah, I got it. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Oh, you need me to run all the way to downtown for one small thing because something is gonna happen to Crow? Oh yeah, I got it. And I would. And this is where I get to kind of close this, because as a stage manager, I love having things prepared. And this one I was not, so now we're gonna freeball, folks. Yeah, so technically there was this one time on tour that I was on tour with Cats the Musical. It was my first time ever like not being in an education environment or at home, so really was kind of like, I'm doing a career. I'm doing all these said things. I also realized I was a lesbian on tour. With so many different ways. But not to speak about my lesbianism, I'll talk about that more later. There was this one time on tour where things were getting really hard, a lot of people were getting fired, things were just going amiss, but I was still trying to do my job. I was trying to make it easier for my friends that were there and making things just better because things were kind of getting shit. Nobody was having more encouragement anymore. And when my boss got fired, and then I had to help train the new boss, but things were getting weird in that power dynamic, and our head boss was not liking me. There was one time we were loading into a venue, and I'm just trying, things are hard. We just went through a two-town week show the other past week. I'm just like, oh yeah, we were in Schenectady, that's where we were. So just a little bit farther away, but like at a high school, college building, not the greatest. But still wonderful Schenectady. I don't know if anybody's listening for there, but your guys are great. Loved all the team there. Because the head carp decided to talk shit about me right out in the open. No. With everybody who I was trying to talk to make our jobs easier, to move all these road cases to my friends in costume and makeup who always usually get the shit done with the stick. And I wanted to make their lives easier as I usually try to. Moving boxes in, anything else they need. That alteration was occurring. I heard her just say, I hate when she fucking does that. And it was just me doing my job, literally telling people where to go and what to do. So in that time and in that kind of cause a breaking point, I was crying, I was upset. I was downstairs in the basement fucking bawling and like yelling and all this other shit. My friends came down at that point being like, what's wrong? Is everything okay? I'm like, but at the same time, a roadbox came in. Oh wait, can you put that there, please? I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, because I'm bawling my eyes out. But I'm like, okay, we're gonna put that there. Actually, that needs to go in the corner of there. Oh wait, that can go back up. Thank you so much. I'm bawling still. And my friend Gabe, who I love dearly so much with my full heart, was laughing, but also being like, Mija, it's okay, calm down, for like 5 seconds. But I was still so used to doing this, of always putting away my own feelings to make sure everybody else was okay, and doing so much more to do that. Even in the sense of every other theater production I've been on, there's been workshops where I am like, did so well with like running the designer run, or doing another thing there, or doing something else, like going to pick up this said lunch, or making something work, fixing an object, or like fucking going through a whole entire script of new script changes because the artist did not want to make one. And I still did it. I still did it. And then still chugging and chugging and chugging until everything kind of broke in me. And I've realized more that breaking has been happening in these past few years, and the facade kept breaking and breaking. to talk about the facade being that I wasn't out to my family until last year. And some people knew, I mean, some people knew. She's really dedicated to college and her career. Had a good Karen Bob too, oh, she was gorgeous. But I kept the facade for so long because it made my parents happy. It kept my dad happy. It kept everybody happy because I wasn't an issue. And it wasn't until the facade broke and everything came out. I came out in my own ways to some people, but then I was outed to my dad, and that was the worst one of it all. But even as he was yelling at me and saying all these heinous stuff I won't repeat to you, unless you want to ask, I don't know. I won't career trauma dump on you, but also look at the storytelling over here now. But even after all this pain he has gone and given me through, I'm still in my body, like wishing, like, what can I do to help him, to make him like understand or do something there? What can I do to make a difference, to help him maybe do more, or maybe not do more, but like maybe understand? I don't know, because I don't know, even identifying my own masculinity, which has been a journey on its own. I currently have Stone Butch Blues in my backpack right now. You can probably buy it here, you should. But I think even looking him dead in the eye, and I'm crying, and he's basically wishing his own mother's death before mine, because he thought that would be easier versus dealing with me being a lesbian. It's still there, like, what could I do to fix this? And go beyond to what they need. However, and technically going back to like even now, when I was writing all of this, I wanted the words to be so good and so impactful and make my words matter, because sometimes I worry about the words I say because I don't feel like they're enough. And I'm just anxious about everything. To speak about antidepressants, I actually got subscribed to them today. Yeah, because it was another breakdown that happened this month of wanting to be enough for my career and for my job, and like trying to push and do more and do more and do more, and like, oh, I got that. Oh yeah, I can totally do that. No, that's totally okay. I'm not gonna get any sleep, but I can totally do that. I can help you. And it is important for community to sacrifice things, because if you don't sacrifice for our community, how are we holding up each other up? But then when you see people who keep giving and giving, give that support back in a way, and support back to yourself. And I found that in my butchness and in my recognizing of my identity of who I was, because being butch to me is going above and beyond, especially for the community, and especially to holding femmes, other butches, other queer people in our lives, and being there, because I feel like going above and beyond is just butch, because you are just doing so much more. And I think it's finding my queerness and who I was helped me find my own identity, because even in, like I said, even in that moment of yelling and so forth, and like the worst was yet to come, I did come out, and I'm here now in a flourish life that I thought I would never was having. I'm leading more to the expectations that I thought, and now I'm living to this extraordinary path that I'm in now. Of, if you told me I would start a project talking about people's fucking keys and would lead me to talk to the owner of Meow Mix like a year or many years ago, I'll be like, wait, what's a carabiner? Wait, I'm a lesbian? And so forth. But yeah, I think that, yeah, I'm just looking back at now, like going above and beyond is, I am now going above and beyond from what I expected in my life, because before that life was not mine. It was molded to be what for others, being the best Christian daughter I could be, or not being here. And I'm happy I'm here even now, struggling to be here. Because I don't have anybody other's expectations to look towards anymore. I have mine. And even when I'm running empty and my brain just goes on auto and just still does, I hope that is for me now. And going above and beyond is just for me. Yeah, I'm done.
I left my carabiner in the back. Let's see your carabiner.
Here, wait.
What do you got? Let's see, what are you holding there?
Oh.
Yeah, look at this carabiner, yeah! Look at this. We got 6 people online. And by the way, now's your opportunity, 6 people, to, if you'd like, donate $10, $50, $7,000. You can do it at BGSQD on Venmo. And it goes to pay us storytellers and the bookstore. I just want to say thank you again for sharing yourself and sharing your humanity, and I love the connection of Butch and going above and beyond, because that's such a thing. I don't know if do you know Becca Blackwell? Becca Blackwell's an actor, trans, amazing, who's done this, always has this thing about Butches being like, how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you?
Butches are what like stagehands are, and we need more butch stagehands in this essay.
More Butch. I also have a very special place in my heart for theater techie peeps. So I love that. Thank you. Are you a Virgo?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, but I am a Capricorn Moon and a Capricorn Stellium and a Capricorn Leo.
Okay, so you're just working hard all the time. Yeah.
And this Saturn return, that's what I didn't say either. The Saturn return also poked
Saturn
a prod.
returns.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you're really going through it. And but thank you so much for sharing yourself with us, because you don't really realize when you are vulnerable and share your humanity, you know, I know it's been said a million times, I don't want to sound corny, but I do feel like it does help other people. They see a piece of themselves. Somebody out there probably sees a piece of themselves. And the things that you're saying, you covered a lot of different things.
I didn't.
It's a whole universe in a very short time. Really knows a lot of things. It was like a constellation of things, and it was amazing, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yay! We're gonna take 2 minutes. We're gonna have a 2-minute break. Okay? And then we're gonna come back with our final storyteller, because it's a cute little holiday night. Woo, 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 woo. And in the meantime, I'm gonna sing a holiday song. Just kidding. 2-minute break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with our last storyteller.
I'll put a fireside on YouTube and we'll put it like right in front of there. Be like,
That's cute. That's cute.
You're right, hold on.
But you can buy books online too, or you can.
Alright, let me put a fireplace for everybody.
Great. I just update. We're gonna have we have an added storyteller with a 1-minute story when we come back. Yes, before we have our final storyteller. Yay!
You're gonna so cute. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. That's for everybody right there. Here we go.
Yeah. Shut up there.
Yeah. I wish my work. I know I had everything written down, but then it was too You're not just. See, I didn't get this. Because technically in that book that I have, it's talk about how my immigrant mother moved people. Technically the whole.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm happy at least
Put it
together.
I like
Yeah,
it.
that's
I like
nice,
checking
like-
inventory first.
Yo, you're my roots, you know.
Yeah.
You did this.
You did this.
So-
Yeah. I know. That's right. Like,
You mad at yourself?
literally, how I'm just like, oh, I know this perfectionism from my father. I don't want to go with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. At least it wasn't bad.
No, it's great.
Great.
I totally identify with the crippling sense of perfectionism.
you're gonna talk about your profession now?
I will be talking, I'll be touching on, yeah, it's more about acts of service. Yeah, the one part that I, will be helpful reference. I really identified with those.
I could feel you identifying.
Yeah.
I'm getting really
The
emotional.
part where you're like, I had to leave my family or I would have just gone, so hard for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially where it says like, especially when you grow with people who nurtured you, but you also know that nurture did not foster anything. I think I wrote, if I didn't say it, of like, I was being acquainted with something that the nutrition was not getting.
What? That's it?
Veins at all, or just like something about the soil,
So
mostly got drink water, cause I've been, this is how like, it's third time in the grade, I can't wait to start presenting to persons.
You've got to get it all out.
No,
Oh, that's what.
I think I'm a trippin'. Forget what it is. I only just started cycles in August too. Are you gonna show the books to read
Yeah.
next to the fire?
Hi, we're back, yay! Welcome back, everybody. I just wanted, there's so many amazing books here that I love to always show them off, even though I don't know some of them. This one is called How to Fuck Like a Girl. How to Fuck Like a Girl. Whee! This looks amazing. It's by Vera Blossom. And it is essays, and it says it's electric, riveting, witty, and alive. How to fuck like a girl.
We sold a ton of that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's popular?
Yeah.
Okay, have you read it?
No, I wanted to, but I haven't had a chance.
This one looks very exciting. Fuck Me Judith. We all know who that's probably about. Judith Butler. It says on the back, Judith, an academic celebrity, and Wendy, a slightly less famous academic celebrity, fall in love. They break up. In her ensuing grief, Wendy finds herself in a pornographic epistolary haze that slumps toward the narrative. Fueled by the only things that cut through the pain, sex and democratic theory, Wendy takes us along on her wild ride towards self-actualization. Wow, that sounds exciting. That sounds very of the moment. Look at this. Asada, an autobiography. Asada Shakur, that looks really amazing. Has this been selling a lot?
We had a Radical Book Club meeting focused on that.
Oh, great, how fun. And this is one of my all-time faves. I have this at home. This is a coloring book. Butch lesbians of the 50s, 60s, and 70s coloring book. Yes. This is a big, giant book. It looks like a photo book. It's called We Are Everywhere. Looks like a great coffee table book. Whee! Queer history. And this is a kid's book. Very cute. The hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish. I love that. Yay! Okay, we're gonna have a special added 1-minute storyteller come up. Do you want me to say your name or anything?
I can do that.
Okay, you got this. Welcome our surprise storyteller. Yay!
Enjoy.
Hello, I am Jess. This is a very short story, and Above and Beyond is like a little bit of a stretch. It's like doing, my version is like doing the most. So I'm mostly going above and beyond in my life and end up in scenarios where I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And the thing that happened was, this is maybe like 8 years ago, I was seeing my ex. So I was taking a plane to see them, and I was going through TSA, and I was like really nervous, which, you know, in queer language, that means like, okay, are they gonna find the strap? And I go through security, and they pull my bag aside, and he pulls out the strap, and there's like a huge family behind me, and the kid says, "Daddy, what is that?" And I have no idea what he said. But the guy just like pulled it out and was like wiping stuff on it, like a alcohol wipe. And he was like completely silent the entire time. And then he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Why is there so much cat hair on this?"
Oh my God, that was a perfect story. Please give it up. That was a perfect story, and it was right out of Dykes to Watch Out For by Alison Bechdel. It sounds like a Dykes to Watch Out For comic strip. That was so good, I can see it all. Okay, is our final storyteller of the evening ready? Yeah. Yay! I'm gonna read a little bit about you. Yes, indeedy. This is maybe your second time doing Tell. Yes, and you said you did it. You said 8 years ago, which seems insane to me, but maybe 7. Okay, could be 7. Okay, Frances is a multidisciplinary writer and performer combining drag, music, comedy, installations, and alter egos. Personas include one of my faves, Fantasy Grandma, Earls to Girls, which you have to check out their videos, and Bob. Is it Voyage? Bob Voyage, who I love. That's the one that I saw at the Sunday night show.
Yeah.
Oh, love that guy. Performances, Caroline's, Ars Nova, Joe's Pub, Zanies, the Hollywood Improv, Stonewall and Bushwick, installations and residencies, Brooklyn Museum, Metropolitan Museum of Art, New Museum, Knockdown Center, Banff, NACL. Frances was an ensemble member of the New York Neo-Futurists from 2008 to 2018, and was a Drama Desk nominee for the complete and condensed stage directions of Eugene O'Neill. Press, Village Voice, The Times. You know what? It goes on and on. They're stopping me. They said stop. Listen, they have an impressive resume. What can we say? Please give it up for... am I just calling you Frances or Carol? Okay. Frances! Fantasy Grandma! It's gonna be fun.
I didn't know you were gonna read the bio.
I'm sorry.
No, that's
We
okay.
love you.
I love you too. Hi, I love you all. I need 2 stools to do something up here. No, I'm good right now. Okay, hi. This is my story. These are my notes. I'm Frances. My story ends with a butter dish that I forgot to bring. It is kind of a meandering story set in an age of deep creepiness and despair. That is our times that we are all living in. When we are maybe not so sure why we are here and are living through a space where it seems like nothing quite fits around us. I had a realization recently. I think I love dying, or I'm interested in dying, because I am thinking a lot about dying and mortality in this moment in my life. Maybe because I'm 43 for the first time ever, and have become physically more tired. But I think it's more because I was a person who for many years had never lost anyone. I had all 4 grandparents, really 5 grandparents if you count this extra guy, but that's a different story. My Siti, my grandmother, who I was very close to, died last fall. My dad, her self-described bastard son, died 8 years earlier. I could not manage to speak at my dad's funeral. It was hard to breathe properly. But when Siti died, I wrote a eulogy. I had started it a few months before she died when I knew that that was going to happen. I asked my aunts, my dad's sisters, this is my dad's mom, if I could read it at her funeral. They said no. They instead asked if my sister and I wanted to sing Amazing Grace like a couple of choir girls in church. My grandmother was not religious, but they made damn sure she went out that way. My sister had kind of a breakdown and decided to fly back to California without going to the funeral. My mom was shaken up and she took off for her parents' house in Kentucky. I was already at the airport headed to Tennessee for the funeral when my mom called me and said all of this. So I flew there. My partner and I got drunk on the plane and I went. I always do. I went to my extra grandfather's funeral a few years ago too. I went to his son's funeral, my dad's fatally depressive half-brother a few years before that. Those are also stories. My aunts wouldn't let me or my... There we go. Goodbye. My aunts wouldn't let me or my sister go inside our Sydney's house after the funeral. I think they were afraid we'd want things, her things, stuff. Those things were all very important to them. They were a family who cared about things and money most of all, and it took many of my humble acts of service to realize that what I had to offer, what I always offered, what I always poured out for all of them was not of value. I say humble, but not entirely. I live on praise. I need to be loved and told I am good almost constantly. And I am a weird little faggot in a family that wanted a princess, so that doesn't happen. I have a hard time keeping track of passwords and paying bills on time, and until automatic bill pay became a thing, one of the major drivers of my brokenness was late fees. And so now all of my bills are automated and passwords get put in a document that sits on my computer, and sometimes when I see it, I think about being one of the people who is organized enough to have in case I die folder on my desktop that provides explicit instructions in the event of my death. And those instructions, if I ever get around to writing them, will be insane. Turn my social media into an online store, busk my dream journal in the subway, melt my sex toys down, or allow all former lovers to select one in order of my preference for them. I don't have one of those folders, but every time I go to my mom and her husband's house, I see the folder she's told me about that she has. I have a terrible memory, so if I forget if it's the blue folder or the red one or the purple one, but I'm sure when the day comes, I will see a folder that's a color and know that there's something vaulted about it, and I will open it like a fucking curse. Oh no. As my mother struggles with managing her cancer and my remaining grandma and grandpa get older and the time approaches, I send them more and more things they don't need or I think they need by ordering them on Amazon. Slippery elm, powder, a new spatula, books, a wet brush. Grief is temporarily neutralized by materialism, I think. After my dad died, I became addicted to a phone game where you would feed and house these little cartoon cats with supplies bought with actual human money. I made it to the highest level. My cats had everything. This replaced actual relationships in my life. Why text a friend or go outside when I could watch this pixelated tabby get fat off digital anchovies? The money I spent on this was as real as the feelings, which is to say, nebulous. 2 months ago, I was on a flight coming back from my father-in-law's wedding in Dublin. It was a 6 a.m. flight, so I fell right asleep. I was exhausted. I woke up sometime later and realized I had just missed the food. Can I have a little sip of my water? Thank you. Everybody give it up for Bells. My You can, I'm gonna keep it.
Living on the edge.
I woke up, I woke up on the flight and realized I had just missed the food. This is weird, half of the fingers on my left hand, pinky to index, the half of middle were asleep. The same as my right hand when I'd fallen asleep on the train to Dublin earlier. I've been sleeping with my head leaned to the left. On the train, I've been sleeping with it leaned to the right. I wondered if I should possibly check that out. I asked the flight attendant if I missed dinner, and she said I had, and she brought me this mushy hot pasta thing. I ate it and was stuffing my napkin into the empty container when the plane went boom. All the televisions and all the lights went out, and the plane started to shake. Not like turbulence, like shaking. Then all of the flight attendants ran to the front of the plane, and I could feel everyone get scared. But no one said anything. The only sound was the woman next to me who started to cry. I remembered I had a bottle of Valium So I reached into my bag, realized my hands were shaking, took out a bottle of Valium, took one, and gave it to her. Her husband refused. He had this terrified, I've got to be the one that saves us look in his eye, and that would have been funny, except a flight attendant ran back down the aisle and strapped herself into a jump seat. I turned around and made eye contact with her and gave her a thumbs up and kind of a question mark face. And she just shook her head and shrugged and mouthed, I'm praying.
What?
Another flight attendant was walking briskly down my aisle and I caught her with, are we over water? And she said she didn't know. It was dark outside the windows. And I said, how long has it been since we took off from Dublin? I was asleep. And she said, 2 hours. And I said, so we are over water. And she said, I guess so.
Yeah.
I saw another attendant stopped by a man on the aisle 3 rows up. I could hear something about maybe we'll have to land or turn around. Everyone around me was trying to hear her. I asked her if she would repeat what she said a bit louder for everyone, and she snapped at me, they're about to tell you now, and took off. But no one came on the intercom. A few minutes later, the intercom went ding, and everyone listened, but no one came on. And so we all waited in silence for a really long time. Everyone was staring into their phones, I think trying to send messages, while the plane lowered and shook like a muscle car. I thought about making an announcement about the Valium, but then I thought, what if we survive and someone's allergic and I get sued? After about 20 minutes, there was another ding, and a flight attendant spoke. Sorry for the delay, but the pilots were obviously very busy. And then she took a little break for laughs. Nobody was into that. The left engine has failed, she said, but we are okay with the right engine and auxiliary power. The plane is under control at this point. Nothing bad is going to happen. We will keep you updated. The plane is under control at this point. Nothing bad is going to happen. We will keep you updated. Lots of wiggle room in there. At this point. Define nothing bad. Nothing bad is going to happen, but it was. We will keep you updated, so it could change. Ding. They came back on the intercom and said, we are diverting to Reykjavik. We will land in 45 minutes. We are diverting, they said. This is not an emergency landing. Okay, 45 minutes. I can get through 45 minutes. Ding. We will land in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Fuck, okay, that sucks. Ding. Prepare for landing. What? Ding. We will land in 2 hours and 15 minutes in Reykjavik. The lights came back on. I hear other people's phones getting messages, but I can't get mine to work. I think, why send a message in the next 2 hours anyway? Either this doesn't work out and I die, or it does. No sense in anyone on the ground worrying about it. So I can't send a message, but I can, however, connect to the plane Wi-Fi and Google things like, how rare is it for a plane to lose an engine mid-flight? Answer, very. How easy is it to land with one engine? Answer, challenging. But pilots are trained in it extensively. And then I think, are the only people Googling these things people on planes where the engine has gone down in mid-flight? And if so, what else are they Googling? I think, here I am in this big, ugly thing, rapidly approaching a moment of luck. I Googled John Travolta feet pics to shake up the odds. I decide to quit my job, if I make it. The couple next to me have started playing Candy Crush while constantly refreshing the flight tracker on their seatback screen. The baby in the seat in front of me is still sleeping. That feels very good. I turn to the 2 very blonde tweens in the seat behind me and say, it's gonna be okay. They don't seem to give a fuck about the plane, but they do look horrified that I've spoken to them. A woman next to me thanks me for the Valium. She says it's helping. The flight attendants are offering everyone water. I keep hearing them say over and over again, no, just water. And that makes me kind of pissed. Delta should be letting anyone on this plane get as drunk as they want right now. We all thought we were going to die for at least 20 minutes, and we still might. We landed 2 hours later, rattling like a tin can in Iceland. We stood up and clapped, and there was a strong smell of shitted pants.
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
I was all the way in the back, so I was the first person off the back of the plane. It felt like stepping onto a new planet. On the flight the next day, on the ground in Iceland, I met the 4 middle-aged lesbians from Syracuse who were pissed because they ended up getting put in bunk beds in a hostel, sharing a bathroom with teenagers. That night in Iceland, I ended up eating dinner with a man who restores old films, a woman who runs a family oil company. She said that with a kind of steely shame, like, don't fuck with me. And a beautiful woman about 10 years older than me who used to run a thrift store and then was a liquor rep and now works for Salesforce. She seemed single, but like she fell in love a lot. I said, I'm an artist who's been doing corporate marketing, but not for long, buddy. They were all in the fancy front part of the plane and told me that the flight attendants up there were getting out life vests, and then one of them just stopped all of a sudden and said, why are we bothering with this? I met the influencer in Iceland who went viral for making a video while we were on the plane with a ring pop in her mouth crying that she was gonna die. The water inside of her said the best thing to do while dying would be to go for peak engagement. I hope when she really dies, she gets to say something like, hey guys, I'm literally so old right now. I cannot believe this is happening. Can you even believe this heart attack right now? WTF. I was 10 rows behind her on the plane, and I had no desire to be doing anything material or earthly on the moment of impact. If my arms and legs were going to be ripped off suddenly, I didn't want my head to be filled with a line from Bad Boys 2. I wanted to be like a kamikaze, like just thinking about and focusing on and trying to bliss out on the leap. If I wasn't gonna die right now, oh, sorry, I messed up. I vowed to quit my job, leave New York, whatever. If I wasn't gonna die right now, I would make plans to at least shed my skin. But as soon as I was on the ground, objects and body were important again. Iceland was freezing and my hotel didn't have sheets. My wife's cousin was also on the flight. We got wasted at a dive bar across the street from our hotel, and I considered flirting with the very opportunistic bartender in Iceland who absolutely would have. For a week after I got back, I kept laughing and crying at random. But quitting my job after the flight still took nearly a month. I kept going to Zoom meetings while my soul stared down from 20,000 feet. I finally quit 2 weeks ago, and I immediately began resurfacing the cast iron skillets. I made a plan for building a railing for our stairs. A new duvet, getting the right one, can take days. Grief, a kind of cosmic unrest, is temporarily neutralized by materialism, but it opens up again. I went to Niagara Falls last spring, and as I was approaching it, I felt like all of the cells holding water in my body bubbled and turned into mist. I felt like part of me was sinking and part was floating, just looking at it. I wondered if that feeling, that eagerness to bust the seams of skin by the 80% of water we're holding is why 47 people a year go in and join it. The word Niagara is from a First Nations word that means either the strait or thunder of waters or simply a neck, which is how I felt, a big wet neck, whole, Everything rushing around up here and here, all the water churning in response to this movement erodes the rock and rubble of your body and plunges into your cunt and your seat, and there you are in your center. I do not believe that we are material creatures. I do not want to be a material creature. I do believe and I do want to change my shape. We breathe and make sound. I believe we can slow or accelerate time, so dying has to be just getting rid of our material. This summer, my friend made a choice. Just 2 days after we had last hugged, 1 day after we had last texted, to dematerialize. This is when I was going to show you this butter dish that I mentioned at the beginning. A butter dish came in the mail yesterday, and no one knows why. My partner and I had been talking about needing a butter dish. And a few days before, they looked at me very seriously and said, "Don't get a butter dish, okay?" And I frowned deeply at them and said, "You don't get a butter dish." And then we knew. And we vowed to pretend to be mad when we both unwrapped butter dishes from each other on Christmas as a comedic bit for their mom. And then yesterday, a third butter dish arrived. And we accused each other a lot. And we asked around, but no one sent it. But it arrived, and no one knows why. So this third butter dish came, we think, because Amazon is listening to us. We called and asked who sent it, and Amazon said it was sent from our account. That, yes, they know we didn't order it. That, sorry, it was a mistake. That we would not be charged. Which felt like an admission. Yes, we are listening. We listened too closely. We confused our eavesdropping for an order. But why complain? Free butter dish. I wrote to Delta about my random laughing and crying and missed work and how the $300 Delta Bucks voucher they offered did not feel appropriate, and they replied that no, they would not be reimbursing me for my taxi per their policy. So I probably need to make an actual study of ascetic Buddhism, but in the meantime, here's where I was going to ask if anyone needed a fucking butter dish. I was going to tell you that it's new, it's regular, it's sinister, and lovely. It's possibly AI-generated surveillance state spare butter dish, like an extra hand in a fucking Dali image. And it's yours, and what we want is being heard, and what we are is confusing. And that's the end.
That was an absolutely incredible and riveting story. Give it up for Frances. I love the way you throw those papers too. That was just part of the whole show of it. When did that happen, the flight?
October 21st.
Oh, it just happened. You're still reeling.
Yeah.
What a story. I have so many questions. I have so many questions about, I think about those things a lot, about people, like when 9/11 happened, I heard about people, or like people in the building who would text knowing that they, like, well, see you later, I loved you, Mom. Like, it's just wild to me, like, what goes through your heart and mind.
I tried to text them, and it was just gonna be like, something wrong with plane, love you, it's been wonderful.
Were you, may I ask, I want to investigate further if that's okay. Were you just ready to die?
I was.
Like, were you like?
No, I wasn't ready to die. I didn't want to fucking
I mean,
die.
in that moment, I'm not saying you wanted to die, but were you like prepared to die
I was
in thinking
just,
that you might die?
I knew
And were you like at peace to some degree? You weren't at peace. Were you afraid
I
of?
want to be at peace. This is what I want to learn. I want to figure. There's so much that we're not doing it right. You know, there's something wrong with the way that we're like, I don't know, grieving and dying. And I'm just interested in like figuring out how to like. No, I definitely didn't want to die while I was playing fucking Candy Crush or like like watching a fucking seat back movie, you know?
Right.
I want to like be like.
So when you go on a flight in general, prior to this happening, do you think about, because I often think like, well, I'll watch, listen to Tracy Chapman or be like, this is what I'm going out on. Or like a movie about a dog or something, be like, it's a good one. I'm okay with that.
I generally
Because that's the situation you're in,
Yeah, I mean,
Because I feel it's risky. But what was that?
I generally watch trash on the plane.
Yes, trash it can be fun on the airplane. Anyway, that was a really wonderful and riveting story. I feel like you could make a book or a little novelette out of that. Anyone else? Beautiful writing, honestly. Thank you. Let's have the storytellers, including our special extra guest that came up, come up and take a little bow. And I have a sticker for each of you. I brought stickers. Who wants the Mr. T sticker? Okay, that's for you. It says, I pity the fool, and I think it spells pity wrong.
It does.
Yeah, which is wonderful. Look at this, show it off. Look at that, yes. And who,
Like titty.
It's
yeah.
like pity, like titty.
and
like
one is a
mama.
little, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and then there's a little construction truck. Who wants that?
Butch?
Butch?
Take the trash.
That's,
Yeah.
and then this is a We Love Immigrants Hands Off NYC sticker. Yeah! Give it up for our storytellers. Yay! Here, let's take a look. Yay! Give some more money if you want online. It'll pay us storytellers, and we'll be back the third. Greg's like, we will. The third Saturday in January, which I believe is January 17th. Yay, give it up for these wonderful fellas holding this queer space. Thank you for joining us online. Thank you for joining us in person especially. We love you. Please keep telling queer stories. Fight AI at every turn and smash ice. Yeah, we love you.
Good night, online.